Is the whiskey really worth it? Let's find out. All right, today what we're going to talk about is something it's a little controversial. Is the whiskey worth the price? Is there good qualities in the whiskey? I used this Weller 12 as a prop bottle, obviously. The issue with Weller is it's great whiskey. You know, if you're into that, if you're into bourbons and wheated bourbons especially, the issue is it's allocated, so you can't find it. You know, unless you're in some parts of Kentucky or whatever, and then you try and get it on secondary markets, minimum $350. Like, really? That's a little crazy. Like I said, solid whiskey, good stuff. But I also have a sample here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to get close. It is a 30-year-old Bunnahabhain. Okay, I got it with my whiskey advent calendar. 30-year-old Bunnahabhain. Bunnahabhain's a Scotch, obviously. So, is it really worth? This is all that's left. Is it really worth the money that you would pay for it? This, if you were to buy a bottle of Bunnahabhain 30, you're probably looking at $1,500 at least. Is it worth it? You know, because that's the thing. Like when you go to the store and you see these high priced bottles, and you're like, man, that's a lot of money. Is it any good? I don't know. You know, that's why I tell people to always try to go to whiskey bars, try to do all this stuff and try the stuff first, because that really helps you pick out what you want. There's some times where I'm like, yeah, it's definitely worth it. If you can find a Springbank 18, buy it. 200, 250, whatever, just buy it. I won't spend $5,000 for a Pappy 23. I just won't do it. Cheap, maybe. Is it a good whiskey? It's all right. It's not my favorite, you know, but we're not here to talk about my opinion of said whiskeys. Let's get into this 30-year-old Bunnahabhain and just see, is it worth the money? If you were to buy it retail, not from a secondary market, obviously, let's see kind of, is it worth anything? On the nose, it's really malty. It's like malt balls, like the Whopper malt balls, with a little bit of chocolate behind it. It's super dense and rich. I'm trying to see what the proof is on it right now. 46. So it's only 46% alcohol. I say only, you know. It's got dark, maybe black cherry. A little bit of plum, maybe. Now note, first whiskey of the day. Always take that as a note. So your palate's gonna be a little skewed if that's the first whiskey you've had. So kind of take it in, drink it. Don't worry about trying to taste things out of it. Then go back, give it another smell. This isn't how to taste whiskey video. This is the whiskey worth the price? But you know, for those of you who are asking, that's kind of how you do it, especially if it's your first whiskey, first drink of the day. Now I'm getting a lot more like maybe peach, like the peach rings, you know, the little gummy candies. But like a lot of dark, maybe even molassesy. All right, let's go back in. Okay. It's good. Okay. I would buy the bottle. Okay. Let me stop right there. I would buy a bottle of this if it was reasonably priced. Now, Bunnahabhain can be pricey on some of their stuff. Normally, it's a little more affordable than some of the other scotches out there. This one is good. It's not great. I would give it, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably an 8. Right? It's a good whiskey. A 30-year-old whiskey, it's okay. On the long finish of this, it's like a little tannic, a little dark, but it's not like overbearing. It's like leather, you know, like smelling a leather armchair, but like the taste of that smell, which is kind of weird when you say the taste of the smell, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Is it worth the price point that you're going to pay for it? No, to me personally. Like you might love it. I don't have your taste buds. I don't really care, your taste buds. But I mean, I do care. I care for you guys, right? But I don't know, it's all situational as well. So like everything you drink and eat is situational to what you're doing. So if you're having a bad day, maybe you don't need to be drinking that day, but like if you've ate something that's, eat something real spicy, it's gonna mess with your tasting, all that stuff. That, I mean, I've only had a little bit to eat today, so that's not the case. It's good. It's just not great. It's not like a Black Art or a dark Dark Cove or Lore or something like that. It's not like a special. I mean, it's acting like it's a special edition, but it's not really a special edition. To me, it's not special enough for me. I've always had kind of I've never really been fully vested in Bunnahabhain. I've had a number of their offerings. They're okay. They're just not great to me. So maybe I don't like their profile, and that could be true. Am I going to finish this? Of course I am. It's a 30-year-old whiskey. I'm going to finish it. But at the same time, I want you guys to know that, like, don't look at the price point and don't look at the age thinking that means it's better. And I'm not poo-pooing Bunnahabhain at all. There's going to be somebody out there that's going to love this whiskey and want to pay the money for it, right? I don't want to ever poo-poo anybody's yum, because that's not what we're here for. We're here to uplift people. We're here to get them into the whiskey community. We're not here to talk crap about people. So Bunnahabhain's doing amazing things. It's not my flavor profile, okay? So just because it's not my flavor profile, slipped that one up, that doesn't mean it's not good for somebody else, right? So 30-year-old Bunnahabhain, not my favorite. I'll just, it is what it is. But I really do like that leather note at the end. It's nice. And of course, it has been sitting in that, like we talked about oxidation, it has been sitting in that jar for a little bit, and it had some oxidation to it. So that could have paid a factor to it, but I don't think it would have paid that much. It hadn't been that long, so yeah, I mean, it's a good whiskey. Is it worth the money? Personally, no. But so I guess what I'm saying is buyer beware when you go out there in the marketplace and you're finding whiskeys that are of high value. Maybe before you buy them, go try them in a bar. Go try them. If one of your buddies has one, have him make a sample. They have these two. Hold on. They have these little sample jars. You know what I mean? They have them put a couple ounces in a sample jar and send it to you. Just so you can try it. And that's one of the things in the community we need to do a little more is like, if we have something that we think is really magnificent or really, just like a step above everything else, give it to people. Let them try it, that way we can all kind of benefit from that and learn, like, hey, I can't get that bottle. I'd love to try it one day or whatever. So I always like, especially on my more expensive bottles, I always pour off a little bit to take to places. That way I can say, hey, I've got some X. You want to try it? Yeah, sure. So just be wary of that. And this is not a diss to anybody. I'm not talking trash or anything. So just understand that. It was a good whiskey. Wasn't great. That's all I'm going to say for me, for the price point. Look, and unfortunately, the advent calendar that I got was extremely expensive too. And that, on the other hand, was, I was like, and it arrived after Christmas. It was a big ordeal with that one. So anyway, but moving on. Follow, like, subscribe. You guys know the drill by now. If you've watched one of these videos, you've probably watched one or two. I'm working on getting an email just for this page, so that you guys can shoot me an email Until then, flick me a DM on Instagram or on the YouTube comments, and let me know what you want to hear more of, what you want to see. It really helps this channel grow. And thank you for all the support from the supporters here, and any sponsors that want to sponsor let's get it going. Let's get it going. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, and y'all keep your spirits up. It's not gonna work. It never works.